Yay! Oh. Oh, well, okay, well, that was actually pretty good, though, for a test review, considering. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so, like I told you before, all of the questions are very, very similar, except for our last two, which is percent of change. That's the one where you divide two numbers, okay? All the other ones are basically multiplying times your percentage, okay? And add subtracting. So I think that you all, if you're having trouble, just focus on this first 8, okay? Here we go. All right. Anybody want to tell me how to do this?
You do 65.
65 times 0.09. Right. Now you don't have to have the zero in front of that. Right? 0.09. You really don't need that zero. I mean, you can put it if you want, but you really don't need it. It's like I have $0.000.09, right? You don't need that zero. Okay? So 65 times 0.09, what's the answer? 5.85, exactly. Okay, I'm going to shrink this a little so you can see it clearly. Okay. There we go. Now we're going to go through this quickly because I need you to finish your assignments that aren't done. Okay, here we go. Okay, how do we do this one?
You
multiply 125 times 0.30. Good. And what do we get? 37.5. Okay, good. Now it didn't ask us to round. Notice, right? So we're just giving the answer that came out. But if it asked us to round to the nearest, I don't know, 10th, then we would look at the 10th. Look next door, right? Find your place, look next door. If it's 5 or more, you add one more. So that'd be 5.9, right? But it did not ask us to round. Okay. Number 3. Can I move on, everybody?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Now you have to show your work on paper, right? Even though you're doing it on a calculator. Okay. There are 16 trees in the Lozano family. If 25% are the oak trees, how many oak trees are there? Well, what do we do? 16 times 0.25 is 4. Now, could anybody do this in their head? Right? 4 oak trees. Why? Because 25% is 1/4. So you can just divide it by 4. Okay?
You have to put oak trees though? Or you can just put 4?
No. In the computer, you're not going to be typing in any letters, okay? All right, number 4. Luis earns 15% commission. And what is commission? It's just a percentage. That's how much they're going to pay him because he just sold a car that costs $9,000. So they're going to pay him 15%. So let's go. How do we do it? We just multiply. Again, all these problems are pretty much the same. You notice that, everybody?
Yeah.
Times 0.15. I was really worried about this test, but I mean, I think you all can do it. You all definitely knew it before this very last lesson and kind of forgot stuff. Okay, what's the answer?
1,350.
Thank you, Juan. 1,350. $1,000, right? There you go. And we don't need to round because, that's it. $1,350. It didn't ask us to round. A video game system originally priced. Now, again, I was kind of easy on you guys. I gave you the only problem on the left and the final problem on the right. Only problem on the left, final problem on the right. So that makes it easier, okay? Again, this is the same thing. 409 times 0.30. It gets 122.7, which is 70 cents. So be careful. Right? We have to have it in dollars, right? So 122.70 cents. Okay. Now what? It's discount. Discount is subtraction. 122.70. What do we get? We get 286.30. Okay, that's it. And you don't need to round to the nearest cent. Oh, actually, the same thing, though. 286.3, you have to know that that's 30 cents. So that might happen on the test.
If
Don't put 0.3, it's not 0.3, it's 30 cents. Because we're talking about money.
If we don't add the zero.
Yes, you don't add the zero, it's wrong. Because it's 30 cents.
Will you take off the point?
Not 3, yeah, it would be wrong.
Would you at least
What?
take half point? When it's talking about money, do you have to put the dollar?
Oh, no, you're not gonna have to type the dollar sign in the computer. Because it's gonna say just type the number of your answer. Okay, this one, same thing again, right, everybody? 54 times 0.65. Same thing. What is it?
35.1.
Right, 35.1, which is how many cents, Raiden? How many cents? 0.1.
7 or 8?
Look on the board. 35.1. Now, 0.7 was 70 cents, right, Raiden? So how much is 0.1? 10%. 10 cents. Good. $35.10. Good. Okay. Now what do we do now? Markup. Remember, anything that's not discount is addition. Anything that's not discount is addition, right? So we just add it. So $54 plus 35.10. Again, I put the only and final price problems right next to each other. Thanks, Mr. Price. Okay, $89.10. Done. Okay. Any questions?
No.
Okay. And then, okay, these last two are the ones that were different. So be careful, because I know they are different than the other problems. Okay, step 1, subtract. Step 2, divide. Step 1, subtract. Step 2, divide. Step 1, subtract. Okay. Step 1, subtract. How much did it change? Changed by 8. Right? Step 1, subtract. And then we need to find the percentage of whatever the original number was, whatever we started with.
So
It's not necessarily the bigger number or the smaller number, it's whatever number we started with.
8%.
And 8 divided by 30 is 0.26 repeated. And we have to round to the nearest percent. Anybody remember the song? Find your place, look next door. If it's 5 or more, you add one more. Is it 5 or more? Yes, so it's 27%. Not 0.27%, 27%. Okay? Any questions? We all good? We all good? We all good? We all good? Yeah, okay. Okay, next one. It's again, how much did it change, right?
Yeah.
What is the percent of increase? Okay, well, let's find out. 35 minus 22. First subtract, right? Yeah, Mr. Bass, first you subtract. Okay, so it changed by 13, but we need to find the percent, so we divide. Again, these are different than the other problems, but you do need to know it. So what happens when, bless you, when you put that in the calculator, you get
I don't know.
5.909090909. Oops, I'm sorry, I said it wrong. 0.59090909. Okay, find your place. So our hundredth place is the second one after the decimal. Look next door. If it's 5 or more, you add one more. Is it 5 or more?
No.
No, it's less, so we let it rest. Less, you let it rest. Da, 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 da. Okay, 59%. Are we done? Bye, YouTube.